Okay, let's go. Welcome back. Another video, another episode, answering another client's question. This one came from a client 2 or 3 years ago. I was helping a gentleman who was running a high six-figure cohort in the health and fitness industry, and he didn't feel like he was succeeding, even though he was in reality. And the question that I'm going to answer today is, why do I keep questioning if I'm capable, even after proving that I am? Now, to give you a bit more scope on this, my client had the nice house, had the family, had the partners, had the money coming in, but yet they felt like they were still behind. They still felt like they were not there yet, that they hadn't arrived. And the main culprit for this is self doubt. And the main culprit for this comes from two different sources. One of those sources is an older version of you, which I'm going to get into in a second. It's a version from 5 or 10 years ago of you that is still dominating the conversation in your mind, in your body, and your soul. And the second part of this is outdated success metrics or outdated whys in your life or outdated programming, or a comparison trap where you're focused on what other people are doing externally and you're getting disrupted by external noise. So we're going to approach this quickly. I'm going to talk about the past self holding you back, and then I'm going to quickly talk about sort of external noise and outdated metrics, sort of making you second guess yourself and not really appreciate the wins that you have. So let's start with the first one. Right now, if you are sitting here watching this and you don't feel like you've succeeded enough in life, even though you have a 6, 7, or 8 figure business or a high 5 figure business, you have a nice family, a nice car, wife, kids, a lot of really positive metrics in your life that show that you're doing well, but yet inside you feel like a failure still. I can tell you that that's primarily coming from an older version of you, 5, 10, 15 years ago, that is still dominating your conversation in your mental and emotional scope of your life. Why does that happen? Well, by the age 35, 95% of our actions are dominated by subconscious patterns that are set. And by the age of 35, the scientists have told us that that's when we're pretty much locked in. So it's harder to change from 35 and beyond. It's not impossible, it's just harder because we have a lot of these patterns ingrained. They've been uh, touched on so many times in our lives. We've thought about fear, self-doubt, uncertainty so many times in our lives that we have just a knee-jerk reaction, like an easy path to the self-doubt. And there's a version of you inside of you, 5 years ago version of you, 10 year ago version of you, 15 year ago version of you, and it doesn't think it's capable of the success you're having right now. And guess what? It's right. That version of you is not capable of the success you're having right now. The version of you today is capable of having that success right now. So the trick here is that you've got to be aware of this and you've got to start realigning with who you are today and realigning with your thoughts and emotions from today, from the version of you this month, this year, this moment, the version of you that has all these wins, that has the house, the business, the kids, the good health, all the things that are positive in your life. Because the 10-year-old version of you, or the version of you from 10 years ago that doesn't think that it can do what you're doing right now, of course it's going to think that because it's not done the things you've done. It's still waiting to do those things, but it's still got its hand on the bus, or it's still allowed its voice in your subconscious patterns, in your subconscious board meeting. So we have to fight daily against that 95% of subconscious patterns, and we have to align ourselves daily to that future version of ourselves, that current version of ourselves, that authentic version of ourselves, and start believing that we are capable. Because if you have the success right now, if you have the business, you have the house, you have the cars, you have the health, you are capable. That noise is BS. Now, the second part of this I want to talk on to answer this question is the external noise. It's the outdated success metrics. It's the comparison trap. Now, social media these days and LinkedIn and X and YouTube, it makes it very, very easy for people to post their highlight reels. They make it look like they're absolutely slaying it. And you're on there every day, you're running your business, and you see people skiing, going skydiving, spending time in some fancy sunny place, and you see the photographs on a cold, wet, rainy day. when you're somewhere in the world. Like I'm in Vancouver currently, so it's cold, wet, and rainy right now when I'm shooting this. And I've seen today already people who I know who are in Vancouver, people in my network who I know are working in Vancouver, but their picture today on LinkedIn was of them during the summer having a meal on the beach, having some food on the beach. Now, I know that person is not in Greece right now or the south of Spain because I know they're in Vancouver right now. So when they're posting that lovely picture of them in the sun, that's not real. So we're sitting working at our business and we see this influencer or person in our group who's all of a sudden in the sun having a fun time, and then we start beating ourselves up being like, oh, I'm not capable of my success because I'm not on a beach right now. Neither are they. And that's the problem with this external BS. Most of the stuff that's coming at you is lies. It's just surface level influenza, social misleading content to really actually make you feel bad, so you engage with their content more and buy their products. Nothing against that per se, but if you don't have the right inner person driving the bus, if your older version of yourself that feels like he's not capable or they're not capable is driving the bus, is the loudest voice in the boardroom, and then that version of you sees that social media post, guess how you're going to feel? Yeah, you're going to feel like you're not capable of doing the things that you're doing. You're going to feel like you're behind. But if you align yourself with the future version of yourself, the authentic version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, when you see those types of posts online, when that external noise comes in, you're just like, whatever, that's just a post. I know that that's not really true. I'm going to focus on my own thing. And the other thing I want to touch on, this is outdated success metrics or having your why slightly wrong. When we first start out in our success journey, sometimes we're behind. And some of our whys might be to get to a certain amount of money, might be to prove people wrong, it might be to get status, it might be to catch up with peers that we went to university with or from our hometown that are outperforming us at that time. And then 10 years later, we might have caught up with them. We've got the big house, we've got the big cars, but our whys internally are still focused on beating people. We haven't changed them. We haven't gone back and reevaluated what our core motivations are, what our core beliefs are. And sometimes those whys can really derail us, and they put us into that comparison trap because we're still fighting against external people. We're still fighting to catch up with people. But in reality, if we focus in on our authentic self, our future self, our current self, our capable self who is winning right now, we've already caught up. We're capable, we're winning, we're doing things that are right. And that's something that can derail you because you have the wrong success metrics, as I like to call them. So, rolling through this question, why am I questioning if I'm capable, even after proving that I am? We've already hit on the point. It's self-doubt, it's inner resistance, it's having an older version of yourself drive the bus, or it's having the wrong type of success metrics, or you're letting external noise derail you. So, the key to shift this, to breaking the loop, I've already touched on it. It's to align with your future self, align with your authentic self, align with yourself who is winning. Stack your wins, regularly look at your wins. Take time each day to go for no phone walks where you think about all the great things in your life. Gratitude. This is going to help you. Box breathing into it, sitting down and allowing yourself to just feel your wins. Feel that you're capable, because you are capable. You are. So you've got to break this loop. As I said earlier in the video, 95% of your actions, if you're over 35, if you're over 30 even, are subconsciously already locked in patterns, and it is a battle. We have got to fight this. We have got to fight this on a daily basis, 2, 3, 4 times a day, getting realigned. It might be a 30-second box breathing, 5 in, hold 5 out, or it could be a 30-minute no phone walk. Whatever you're doing in your life and your business, you need to realize that you are at war with external noise and an older version of yourself. War might be a bit hyperbolic, but it is a battle. It is a battle. So your next move is to start trusting yourself more. And how do you trust yourself more? Well, you keep aligning more and more and more every day with the capable version of who you are, with the best version of who you are, and celebrating those wins, celebrating how far you've come, celebrating all the good things you're doing in your life, because I can tell you right now, you are doing a shit ton of good things in your life. If you're running a 6, 7, or 8-figure business, or even a high 5-figure business, wow, brilliant. You're doing something that many, many millions of people dream of doing. So you're in a great place. So beating yourself up and not thinking you're capable is not a great place to be, and be aware of that and start leaning into the capable side of yourself, because you are capable, because the data shows that you are. You're doing something that millions of people want to do. That already puts you ahead. And this isn't about competing with other people. It's about realizing that there's a version of you inside of you that's competing with other people, and you need to tell that version of you to sit back, be quiet, go to the back of the room. I appreciate you. I love you. I know why you're here. I know why you helped me years ago. But right now, the capable version of me, the authentic version of me, the future version of me is taking control of this board meeting, is taking control of this bus, and I am going to align with that version every single day, raise my consciousness, raise my vibration, and start feeling more and more capable, because I am capable. That's what we're doing. That's what I do with my clients. That's what I do inside my resistance busting handbook, which you can check out the links below. That's what I do quite regularly on a regular basis inside my Future You Mastermind with the founders that are in there. We're constantly realigning with the best version of ourselves. We're constantly doing this work in the trenches to make sure we're focusing on the best version of ourselves. And that's how you break this loop. If you find this video interesting, if it answered that question for you, if it helped you, comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I will be back with another video very soon, answering another real question from a real client that I've helped overcome a real barrier in their business and in their life. Thank you very much for watching all the way through this part of the video. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you in the next one. Ciao.